Ladies and gentlemen, we here at Sitting with the Sauce want to thank you for continuing to subscribe, to listen, and to watch. Me, Huff, and Sash want to thank our anchor sponsors, Spotlight Cinema Supply and the Bowman Twin Event Center. Without them, this would never have been possible. If you want to join our advertising family, there are many ways we can achieve that for you. I'd love to advertise on Sitting with the Sauce. Maybe you have some local booze, Oklahoma made, that we could do shots of right here. Oh, God, that is the bullet train, right? Product placement. See this? I'm talking to you, Fin Studios. Oh, yeah. You like that on the mug? How about your logo on the mug? And I get to just do this. We'll even stick a billboard outside the window, and we don't even know what it means. You should get some Primal Meat. Here on the show, we want to give you a platform to reach the independent film business here in Oklahoma. We've built an audience on the West Coast, on the East Coast, and here in the South. Help us help you. Get to your audience. We could do a voiceover at the top of the show. We could produce a spot for you, whether you are a merchandising company, caterers, production companies, lighting, grip, electrics. If you're an acting coach, if you have studio space, if you're a vendor, reach out to streamlinermobileproduction@gmail.com. Any questions, and we'll be happy to connect you with the audience that you want through our show. You know him as the icon who was all over this year's Dead Center Film Festival. Now get to know the origin story behind this multi-hyphenate filmmaking hero born and bred here in Oklahoma. Adam Hampton and his outsider producing partner Jason Alexander give us the skinny on the importance of collaborative competition, the determination to fail on your own terms, and how their childhood hunt for magic has led them to the top of the pecking order here in Oklahoma. Sitting with the Sauce, coming to your ears right now, produced by Streamliner. Oh, that's the sweet humming harmonica of Huff behind the camera. You know him well. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to Sitting with the Sauce. This is PJ Sosco. David Huff behind the camera. Say hello, Huff.
Good afternoon.
And we got the man Sash behind the dials, making it all happen and be all exciting for y'all. Talk to me, Sash. We have been all over this state in the last couple weeks. We have hit the Bare Bones Film Festival. We hit Film and Music Day in the Capitol. We went into the state capitol. Me and Huff, they let us in to the state capitol, me and Huff. We're going to do some special YouTube little segments on that stuff for you all, so check us out on our YouTube station. Couple things I wanted to get off my chest. A buddy of mine, I have someone at the table who I think is a bit of a poet himself. We're not going to say who it is yet. But a buddy of mine named Stephen Ogg released a book of poetry. You might know Stephen from The Walking Dead or from, the Grand Theft Auto games. He is a good man. I've known him for many, many years. He is an artist at heart, and this is a book of poetry that he put out that y'all should check out. Stephen Ogg, Catharsis, Volume 1. If you watch him on the Instagrams or the face, you see that he puts some wild stuff out there. You should delve into his brain with this book. One of the things that happened at the Bare Bones Film Festival is that I got to see a trailblazer, and we have a list of all these trailblazers. So on the bottom, if you can see, you got Quentin Tarantino, and we got Adam Hampton. But you know what? I didn't want Quentin Tarantino. I want a friggin' Adam Hampton. So guess who I have at my table? Adam Hampton is joining me with his production co-partner, Jason Alexander, and their company is called Outsiders Productions. Thanks for joining me, gents.
That's great to be here, man. Thanks for having us.
I have heard a lot about you since I've landed. When I first got here, I think Out of Exile was coming out into the zeitgeist. Then I was trying to get a film going with Katie Burgess, who had worked with you in Jurassic Park or Jurassic Games.
That's right. Yeah.
And you're just someone that I've seen and kept my eye on, that this guy seems to be legit in the neighborhood. So I'm very happy to have you on the program.
I'm honored to be here. Thanks for having us.
And congratulations
really cool.
on being a trail.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'm blazing some damn trails.
Yeah. It's really cool. Bare Bones was the first film festival that we ever got into.
Yeah.
And so to be able to go back, it feels a little full
How
circle.
long ago was that?
2006.
What was the piece called in 2006?
We got in
We had 2 films.
Looking
Wait.
for Hope.
Yes, and
And
there
The
was one other
Cellar.
one.
It's called The Cellar.
The Cellar, yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I was scrolling through
Uh-huh.
the IMDb's and I was like, well, y'all have been at it since 06.
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah.
So are you
Yeah.
childhood friends? Or
Yeah.
you grow up here? Talk to
Yeah,
me
this
about
is
the roots.
This is he's my life partner, basically.
You
Yeah.
guys are cute.
Yeah, thank you.
This gets a little sandpapery.
Yeah,
though, I
yeah,
bet.
A
yeah.
little bit, a little bit.
No, we work
little bit.
around it.
Now since kindergarten, we've known each other.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so dope.
Yeah, we came up together, and it's cool because filmmaking came later on for us. Writing came earlier for me,
Okay.
and then Jason was into photography. Started kind of
Mhm.
developing a sort of a interest in that.
Yeah.
We got to college. We were roommates, and
Did you? So when you're kids, are you into film or are you just into your friendship and film is not a
Yeah,
thing at the when you're
it
kids
wasn't a
at all?
thing, man. I mean, we grew up in Dale, Oklahoma.
Okay.
So like we have like baseball and like wheat
Okay.
fields.
Oh man, that feels. I could have a shot to baseball and wheat. Jack Daniels, are you a fan of Jack Daniels?
Yeah, whatever.
Fabulous. Please continue while we imbibe.
Yeah. So it wasn't really, when you talk about the state now and how things have changed, of course, not to get all over the place, but
No, please.
back
That's what we
then
do.
it was like film wasn't something that was there.
Even
I mean,
a
it wasn't
No.
a thing. Nobody was doing that. The closest sort of touchstone we had to somebody sort of breaking out of the mold was Wade.
Oh, with music.
Yeah, Wade
musician.
Hayes was like a musician
Uh-huh.
nationwide.
Gents, you know who Wade Hayes is? Huff, Sash.
Yeah.
Because these guys
You
will attest that
sons
the
of-
film industry has been here,
Yeah.
but it's just
Well, he was
been
Yeah,
quiet.
well, he's a
Musician.
country. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a country musician.
Okay.
Anyway, he broke out and was like, "Oh, this dude, old enough to know better, still too young to care," was his song, and it was like, okay, this
Yeah.
guy from a few miles over is in Nashville. He's on the national charts. He's blowing it up. Hey, you can do that sort of thing here. It just didn't
Oh.
happen to be filmed.
Sure.
I do not want to get in the way of what's about to
here we go.
happen
Yeah,
here.
it's not gonna be good.
Come on now. This is where it gets interesting. Baseball and wheat. Oh, I taste the wheat.
That's good for you.
So college.
Healthy.
So college. So yeah, we get it. I'm
You
writing.
managed to convince your parents, let's go to college together.
Yeah, we went to college together. I was into writing, had no idea where to put it.
Sure.
And then I get involved with a mass comm class. I'm shooting a commercial. Jace is helping, and it was the transition from something that was in my brain onto a screen, onto a page,
Yeah.
back onto a screen through other people.
Sure.
Like that collaborative aspect of it turned everything from I say it all the time. It's from black and white to color.
Yeah.
And then once you
that's
get
awesome.
bit, it's like to write a story and then you put it down on the table or you beg somebody to read it. Maybe they read it, maybe they don't.
Yeah.
But the exchange, the creative exchange of working with people to
The
tell a story.
collaboration, the collaborative energy that
Yeah.
comes from this source that's my jam.
Yeah.
That's why I've started Sandbox. It's why I'm doing this
Yeah.
to just bring in an energy to hang with.
Right.
And that will spiral into your own work, my own work, our work together, however it be.
Yeah, I see it like, I used to, because it was the only real touchstone I had, as I used to see filmmaking a lot, very, very athletically.
Yeah.
I played basketball.
Sure.
And
I was a nationally ranked cross country runner.
oh, really?
So I'm with you.
I was dog shit at basketball.
So was I. Well, I was a runner.
But I loved it. It was very important to me. In fact, I always say that my greatest mentor as a filmmaker
Yeah.
was my coach.
Yeah.
Who didn't give a shit about movies.
Mhm.
But the discipline and sacrifice and then the teamwork, the idea that we make each other better and we hold each other accountable and we push each other, like that sort of collaborative competitiveness that makes everybody.
Yeah.
We're competing, but we're competing like with ourselves to make each other better.
Hell
and,
yeah.
And that's what's cool being here, like watching some of the episodes that I've seen and your desire to throw a spotlight on people here in the community. We need to do that. We need to be like lifting each other up
Yeah.
and
well,
raising each other up and
you've
working
been
together.
at this for 20 years.
Yeah. long
You
ass.
know.
Don't remind me.
Well, sorry. When I say I'm 35 years in the business, I never thought I would be sitting here and say, knock on wood, I've been able to make a living in this amazing career for so long.
Well,
You
let me back up a little bit on you. So you're new to Oklahoma, but
Yeah.
were you out in New York or LA?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
New York. I was born in Queens, then did upstate New York, and I've said on the program before, I felt like I had a city mouse, country mouse, so I could fit wherever.
Mhm.
I dabbled in theater in upstate New York, but I went to college, and a guy from the Royal Shakespeare Company took over the theater program, and he hired me, and suddenly I was doing Nicholas Nickleby all 8 hours as the lead in that production. So mine was theater to learn that oh my God, like I could see magic in the room. I swear to you, the energy of the audience, and we were so excited. No one had ever seen a college production like what we were doing. And it was thrilling. And then I go to New York, and then I find the film experience is just a whole different thing, but more massive, as far as the collaborative energy and how important every piece of the puzzle is.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm coming from at it. And, lucky enough to keep working. Started theater, then went to film, then went to TV, then voiceovers, all of it, and all the different aspects of it.
Yeah, I won't lie, man. Like I was bragging to my kid because he's a big Red Dead Redemption fan, and I'm like, dude, this cat was in 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So that's very cool.
I got to do the mocapping too.
What?
So I went because look again, lucky, and also luck and making the most of it. I clued into Rockstar when they were first starting, like with Manhunt back in the day.
Yeah.
And I've worked with that director now like 5 times. And then we did, when Red Dead 2 came around, he's like, what do you think about putting one of the leotards on? And I was like, fuck yeah. Are you kidding me?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And that's something I don't even think, like Stevie, his life changed because of Grand Theft Auto and what he did with that character in that franchise. And I don't even think about that I'm in all those games.
Right.
But, that's just something that it did and part of the puzzle.
Yeah.
But people are, when I do a set now and I get like, gamers, kids.
Yeah.
They're always like, dude, Red Dead 2. Like they could give two shits that I,
Right.
worked with the Big Chief's son at Cuckoo's Nest or whatever.
Right.
It's that. But the storytelling and the filmmaking that goes into those games is amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing to have seen that grow.
Right.
I feel blessed to have sort of.
Yeah, it's cinema, man. Like it's the quality of that storytelling is probably when people talk about AI and the sort of that nasty little sci-fi horror movie hybrid of what's happening. Like in terms of that interaction, it's probably fairly close to that, I would think. And I don't know shit about it, but that's what I would say.
Gestation period. But you've got a little bit now with Jurassic Games.
Yeah, I mean,
you've seen what it's like to sort of work on that scale with imaginary shit, and green screens. And
yeah. It's because it's funny because I could sort of just kick it back and forth with you a little bit about that in terms of acting, and all the different ways that you do it. But yeah, we just wrapped a year ago, Jurassic Games 2, and then several years ago we shot the first one. I guess.
Yeah, you got
6
4 years or so.
I think 6 maybe.
Wow, 6 years.
Yeah, that was the second movie that I was in with Katie.
Yeah,
and she's great. She's a sweetheart.
Burgess. No, I know, but what was the other one? You were
Gremlin. I was in a movie called Gremlin with her.
Oh, I didn't know about Gremlin.
Yeah.
Wait, I wrote a note down because it's spacing from me. But you guys did something else because I'm taking way too much time to look this up. Oh well. What rhymes with reason?
Yes. Yeah. I had a small role in that movie, but that
still matters. There's no small parts, buddy.
You
don't got to be killing dinosaurs.
Tell my wife.
You do a drop kick. Was it you doing the drop kick too, or was that your stunt double?
Yeah. No, I didn't get any drop kicks. No, Katie, she's great, and Kyle. I mean, that's 2 different directors. There, Ryan Belgart with Jurassic Games, and then Kyle William Roberts with What Rhymes with Reason. Yeah, and talk about like a talent pool that's like that's part of this explosion, and it's awesome to have you be a part of it. Yeah, welcome to the family.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I feel very welcomed by
it's a lot. It's a really cool.
Yeah, man.
Really
there's
cool.
gamers here.
Yeah.
Directors, short films that I've worked with that are, Just a Janitor, we just won some awards at
Red Dirt. Congratulations.
Thank you. It was such a professional experience,
Mhm.
you know, from soup to nuts, you know,
Yeah.
and coming out of working on the HBO show and leaving that in the middle of the night and then flying here and then felt just as taken care of when I landed. here
What
for a
what
short
show?
film. It's called The Girls on the Bus. I got to play Hunter S. Thompson,
Oh,
which was
yeah,
amazing.
that's crazy.
yeah, I got
Okay.
to dive into him for like 8 months, man. I was walking around.
Is this a movie or series?
series?
Okay.
Yeah, check it out.
I'll check it out,
It's
man.
good. It's good. It's yeah, it's very well structured. To dive into that kind of character.
Mhm.
Oh, my Lord. I never would have thought I could have played it, and then suddenly it all came alive. It was really dope.
Yeah.
Really dope.
That's
but
cool.
but yeah, to sort of land here and be like, oh, everyone knows what the hell they're doing.
Yeah.
So collaborative, so welcoming. It was really, really cool.
Yeah, it's been fun, I think, for me and Jace, because when we started it, I mean, like Dead Center's Dead Center is kind of like sort of premier
Yeah,
film
that's the
festival,
one
I
that
think.
everybody talks about to get
And
into.
I mean, I got love for Bare Bones. I had a lot of love for Trail Dance when it was around. It was in Duncan.
Yeah. I hadn't heard of that one.
Yeah, well,
It's been gone for a while now.
I may she rest in peace,
Yeah.
I guess. But it's been cool as long as we've been around, getting to watch that development of the community, of the support systems in the community, of
Yeah.
the resources available.
Yeah,
You know, the talent pool is growing. So it's exciting. I will say, regarding just the janitor,
Mm.
I auditioned for that damn role.
Did you really?
You son of a bitch.
You want to? We're gonna go. No, you
Congratulations.
know what's funny?
I
is
want to
that,
see
like,
it.
With that one, I felt like I'm gonna. I know what this needs. I'm sure that every actor
Mhm.
comes to the
Yeah.
audition knowing what it needs. But I was really happy. I feel like I spun it in a way that's landing on a lot of people.
Yeah.
Which was really.
I can't wait
which
to
was
see
really
it.
Cool.
I can't wait to see
So
it.
I'm sorry to have taken that one.
Yeah, it
from
hurt my
but
feelings.
You're doing fine.
Jason consoled me.
You know who wasn't on this Trailblazer thing? Oh, me.
right.
So I think you're doing fine.
Well, yeah.
But
no.
let's go. You're
Hey,
sitting
I'm-
here
I'm
just.
quiet.
Yeah,
It's me.
yes,
It's-
please
it's
tell.
normal.
So you joined this. You guys decided to do a production company at what age?
It was in college. Yeah, because so we went to college.
He started
together.
it, yeah.
I didn't know what I wanted to do in college.
Uh-huh.
He went writing. He knew kind of what he was going for. I just went because that's what you're supposed to do.
Right,
So I
right,
spent,
sure.
I spent 4 years just
Figuring it out.
figuring it out.
Yep,
Took
you
a
are.
pho-
You are not alone, my friend.
Yeah, I took a photography class
hmm
about the same time that he moved over to mass comm, and I was like, oh, this is I like this.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
'Cause
yeah,
I never thought of myself as being a creative person.
uh-huh.
I mean, I didn't write, art, none of that. But I
Right.
took that and I was like, oh, I get it. And talking about collaboration, I was like, oh, stuff that I like and I understand can be creative with the right people.
Uh-huh.
So
What do you think about the camera work opened up that book for you?
the visuals, I guess. I don't know. I think the mix of visuals, but also I'm very technical too.
Yeah.
And it's like you got to understand
Sure. Yeah,
how
yeah.
it works and how it functions to achieve what you want.
Yes.
So that just made sense to me.
Cool.
So that's kind of where I started. And then, so production company wise, I was supposed to do a senior project, like capstone
Uh-huh.
to graduate.
Sure.
And I pitched the idea of Adam writing a script for me and then let me do a movie. And they said no. So since I'd been there so long, I went and I got into an older catalog so I didn't have to have a capstone. So I could just graduate. And I was like,
Okay.
well, screw it. I'm not going to do it then. And
So
when
you
I,
don't do it.
So when I did that, they were like, well, why don't you ask Adam to come back and y'all can do like independent study and we'll let both y'all do the movie. So I was like, okay, I'll do that.
Nice. It's a twist an arm.
Yeah.
So basically he came back, he was already graduated. He came back and just enrolled in one class.
Nice.
So,
And what
so,
was
so
the
basically
film?
so we could use their equipment.
For I got to tour Russia because I ended up becoming a Take 5 student. Like I was a double major of psych and theater, and they're like, if you're a double major, you can become. And then I did, and then because of that timing, I ended up touring Russia with a play. When Yeltsin was being overthrown, I was in Moscow.
Oh,
I had
wow.
that ridiculous experience.
That's crazy.
Crazy,
Yeah, that's a. We'll break them out for
Well,
that.
there,
another time.
and there's probably a discussion there with like the psych and the theater mate. Like that's,
Oh,
I mean, holding hands.
dude, that's
What's wrong with me?
know how to read a room.
Yeah.
It helps me on that a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah.
And yes, the dive in,
Yeah.
I was peeling apart the onion from the get-go.
Yeah.
You know, so that was helpful. God, yeah. You
Yeah.
know, to sort of the ugly stuff, to tap into that. I play a lot of bad guys. We have the stubble and the gritty voices.
Yeah.
But you play the tough heroes too.
Oh, well.
No, I know.
Softies, yeah.
You're not here to kill everybody. You're not here to kill
Right.
anybody.
Yeah.
Dude, that one stayed with me.
Yeah.
That's a good like
Hey, Ryan Belgart. Yeah.
Bruce Willis like hero line.
Yeah.
Delivered. Mwah.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, all right. So then, what makes you come back to Oklahoma versus New York and LA versus New York or LA, or did you sort of
But we never left.
Never left, man.
We'd
college?
all-
With the
college
we were
here,
talking
yeah,
about is
here in Oklahoma,
yeah.
Oh my God.
Just a
Yeah.
small college. Yeah.
Yeah.
East Central University in Ada,
Yeah.
Oklahoma. Yeah.
Yeah, so we've always been trying to do it here, and just
And you just let the industry catch up to you.
Man, it was like if I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna fail on my own terms.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna tell, I didn't want to go somewhere else to try to tell stories. I wanted to tell stories here about here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it really was like there was kind of a poetry to the idea that like he's so good at the stuff that I'm terrible at, and kind of keeps me on point with a lot of stuff.
It's great when you have a partnership.
Dude, you gotta. I mean, you gotta have it. You gotta have people you can trust. Otherwise,
and not that they're gonna just
No, yeah.
blow smoke.
No,
I'm
dude.
not interested.
I don't want to be the contestant on like week 1 of American Idol. I need somebody to say, "Hey, man, you suck.
Yeah, get
Don't
better.
don't do that. Yeah, go work some more before you jump in front of."
I'll be the one that stays up and is bummed that they can't find their partner at 3:00 in the morning in the hotel. I don't mind being that guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm the same way.
You
That
got to
would
be.
work.
You got to, and that's sort of tough love. I mean, like people, it's artsy fartsy, actor type stuff in Oklahoma. That was kind of hard to. That was kind of a hard thing to shake. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, wait, you're not fixing a car. You're writing a story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like the truth is it requires a lot of tough
Dude,
love.
the balls that it takes to do that.
Yeah.
Because you're selling yourself. You're not selling a car.
Mm-hmm.
You're not selling this separate thing called the work. The work is you.
Yeah.
So it's tight
Yeah.
up there
Yeah.
when you're by yourself pushing that.
Yeah, and it's like I think it's in terms of trying to do it here. I think it would be tough anywhere. I mean, like I can't imagine trying to be in New York doing it, and it's like
It was insane.
the competition, the talent pool is so big, and it's like
I mean, I felt like I thrived on that. I felt like I lived in Hell's Kitchen, which was the middle of Manhattan. I left my door and I was in it, whether I was ready for it or fucking not.
yeah,
It's not going to wait for you.
yeah,
It's like the minute you leave your apartment, that sped up camera thing. That's what New York is.
Yeah.
Hold on. And it was I
Yeah.
like bucking Broncos.
yeah.
I like holding on for dear
Right.
life. Something about that.
I think it's just it requires so much more than like when you were talking about that or talking about here. It requires so much more than. I mean, talent is a bad word to me. It requires so much more. It comes easy, and I think it leaves easier. It's wasted easier. You know what I mean? Like
Ephemeral.
give me somebody who works hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like talent is okay, but it's kind of it's
It's
like
a combination.
it's the
when
pretty
it's-
cousin of potential. And potential is like just a swear word waiting
Sure.
to be so.
Yeah, well put. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like you wasted it.
Yeah.
You know what are you working on? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Rather than sitting back, hey everybody, come look at me. Look how talented I am, whatever. Now, what are you doing?
I've said this from the get-go, gentlemen. Lead with the goddamn work.
Yeah.
Don't tell me about it.
Right.
Don't promise it. Show it to me.
Yeah.
And that's what we tried to do with the show. Like these guys, we wanted to drop really quick because we were excited about it. We're really loving what we're producing.
Yeah.
But I knew like, no. Let's make sure we get 20. And then we can let everybody know about them. And make sure that we got something. Let's look at us. Let's see our energies and see if it works. And I'm so happy that we did that because it's allowed us to now focus on once a week, getting you guys in. It gave us a little head start.
Yeah.
So now we can juggle things around. And that approach with these guys being collaborative constantly with me, because we didn't sign up to run a pod. I didn't know I was going to produce a frickin' show.
Yeah.
But that notion that every part of it matters. Don't waste a fucking second. Like we have one coming out tomorrow, and I spent till 1:00 in the morning putting a promo together
That's crazy.
because I love the precision. I love editing. Editing is a little bit of a side pocket now that I'm really digging. Like with finding timing out of, but every part of it, and that's comes with hard work.
Right.
Comes with a sense of, my first job was baling hay. I think that helped to,
Yeah.
at some point, you got to bust your fucking ass for this shit. It's not going to be fucking handed to you.
Right.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? And I could sense that from you guys both.
Yeah.
From the work that you were putting.
Yeah, I mean, ever since we've been doing it, like we've had 9 to 5s.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
So we're always like,
It was always nights. It was always weekends.
This is on top of it, you know. So.
Sure.
Yeah.
We've talked with lots of people at the table. This is some of it's the third, fourth job.
Yeah.
You know, to focus on.
Right.
So I feel so blessed to have had those opportunities.
Yeah.
But I think on the other hand, I've also made the most of them. That's what you try to, you know.
Yeah.
It's the intersection of opportunity and luck,
Yeah.
or opportunity and hard work, or something like that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, luck plays in.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, all of it.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? But yeah, we've been at it, and I have to mention the other two guys in Outsiders,
Please.
Kenny Pitts and Chad Matthews, or we call him Beard because he has a beard. Kenny
Oddly.
has been with us since college. Beard we met up with a little bit later, and then our fifth member is Jason Garner, who we grew up with.
Nice.
So it really was like when we started making Looking for Hope, which is our first movie.
Yeah.
It really was like, I mean, no money. I'm holding the boom,
Using flashlights. You know,
using
whatever,
flashlights, car lights, reflecting off of whatever we
Yeah.
could. I mean, it was,
Yeah.
and it's 3 hours
And it's
long.
20 years ago.
Black and white,
Right.
sad,
Wow.
miserable to watch.
Oh, that's a seller. You guys got together.
Hey, are
Said-
you happy? Try this movie. I mean, but like in the script, man, I put my wife. She was my girlfriend at the time. She had broken up with me, and so I was just in this stupor of sadness and cold pops and writing just horribly sad things, and hard on my sleeve. And then we got Jason Garner to play the lead, and Jay shot it. I directed it. And but it was like a beautiful. I don't want to say it was a failure. It played at bare bones, and that's it.
Yeah.
I think. But it
played.
it played. Yeah, it played.
Mhm.
And that like having that moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was bare bones. You know,
But it's up on
they were
screen.
putting up wherever they could. You know, at
Sure.
the festival. But it was like, okay, we're getting to share this.
Yeah.
And for me, I think writing has always come from a very lonely place.
Uh-huh.
Sharing it is like the payoff. So all that work, all the sacrifice of being alone, and then getting to share it with somebody makes me feel alive, you know? And so that having that exchange, us making it together and then us getting to screen it, really that was even screening it at this
We've
point.
made it.
Yeah.
You know, we've made it.
What next?
No, of course. I mean, but
yeah.
that's the thing that
Yeah.
the spark that you need
Yeah.
is that one person's, belief
That's it. Yeah.
to then like, oh, okay, then we're good.
Right.
Mhm.
You know.
Well, like
so,
you start off, you make something,
Mhm.
and then you make something a better.
yeah.
And then hopefully you make something good. And then ultimately down the line, you figure out a way to make some sort of money out of it if you can.
Hopefully.
You know what I mean? That's the goal.
That's the
You know what I
goal.
mean? Or I guess maybe, well, I don't know what you do with it, but that's my goal. You know?
Yeah, it's a combination for me.
Yeah.
You know, it's I'm a hired gun. That's the way I make my money.
Mhm.
And then I can't stop myself from creating,
Right.
from making my own things, from saying that I can shoot that in 2 days. I know this. I know I need 5 people.
Yeah.
I don't fuck around.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the big crew. I love the big electric truck. But I like a DP, a sound guy, my actors, and like 2 people.
Yeah.
And banging it out with normal light and not sacrificing
Right,
everything,
right.
anything, but also working within parameters helps,
Sure.
you know.
Yeah. And you got to learn, sometimes you have to learn those. You know what I mean? Because we all want to be Nolan or Spielberg or whoever.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Or, Brad Pitt or Harrison Ford or what. We all want to be that. And
Yes.
it's like, well, okay, you know what? What can we tell? What story can we tell?
I wish I had money. You know, that's always the thing we're chasing, right? We're all, every person that sat at this table, we're all chasing the money to sort of write our things.
Right.
Barring that, what I can bring is I can head the ship to get a place to the finish line where we have something to share with people.
Yeah.
Where if everybody comes in, I know the story's important, and I need actors to tell it, and then I need someone with skill to give me the sound, and then I'll edit it. Fuck it,
Yeah.
you know. And I there's something really satisfying about that. I've just done my second one where I edited the thing, and now I'm trying to we're submitting to Dead Center. Hopefully we get in.
Yeah. Good luck.
But it's it was It's a really thrilling process. Do you guys have something that you're working on now that you can talk about, or that you have sort of you're brewing?
Yeah, I'm always writing. So
Okay.
like I'm always in the process of writing.
Also, quick, how did you go? Because I'm sure we're gonna run out of time. Writer to actor.
yeah.
That's an interesting.
Yeah, man. Well, we were shooting Looking for Hope,
Mhm.
really, and we were asking literally everybody we knew.
Yeah.
So, hey, my dad, can you come in? My mom, can you show up?
Mhm.
Right.
His sister,
Mhm.
everybody we get, and I was like, well,
So you put a wig
we've
on?
got this. Yeah, I played my dad, mom, his sister. No, it was like, okay, here's a spot. This is a character, a side character, not flashy at all, but I know I'll show up and I'll
Yeah.
know the lines.
Yes.
And I care.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you hear him in your
yeah,
head.
yeah,
Mhm.
It's
absolutely.
from your fucking
yeah,
head.
Yeah.
So
And so it was really just
Mhm.
that's kind of how it started. And then I was we made
Yeah,
some
really,
other
a lot
stuff.
a lot of the stuff that we did early on was all the same way.
Yeah,
You know, just all a lot of people we know, the people that were interested in doing it.
people we know, houses we rented or owned or
Mhm.
belonged
Yeah.
to our parents or
Mhm.
whatever.
location should cost you this.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
yep.
And
Okay, everything that
on
costs
well,
us,
yes,
yeah.
on these
Absolutely,
things they have to.
Yeah, so we're shooting with no money, and it just became that. And then I was the film festival circuit,
Yep.
and then you meet people,
Yep.
and
Oh,
that's where I
he's
met.
good.
Yeah, I met Ryan.
Mhm.
That's where I met Kyle. I mean, Kyle, Kawika Harris, and I have worked on a lot of stuff. I love.
Yeah,
working with
Kyle,
him.
I'm going to get you on the show, young man. We talked about you. That's going to
Yeah,
happen soon.
You got to get.
I know
him.
you're filming something.
Yeah,
That's
you-
okay.
you-
You're forgiven.
You got to get him on it. So then it just kind of took off from there as far as like working with actors or directors that I met at
Yeah.
film festivals.
Learning, growing.
Yeah.
Boom, boom,
Yeah, yeah.
boom.
And I love it. I mean, it's another, you talk about editing or whatever. I just love storytelling,
Me too.
and talking to your guys, and like they do 50 different jobs and they
Yeah.
love all of them. And
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like, if you love it, you love it. Kenny Pitts had a quote that I say all the time is like, if you can quit, you should.
Yeah. Oh God, fuck yes.
But
man.
like, if you
if you can
can't,
do anything else, but if you
Right.
can't,
yeah, it's true.
Mhm.
It's true. Like, hey, because it hurts, and rejection hurts,
oh man,
and the long hours hurt, and it's hard on your
relationships,
It's hard on your relationships.
hard
It's
on your wallet,
It's hard on everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like,
on your
you know,
psyche.
yeah, yeah.
As you were well
I'm going to
aware.
need to talk to you about that later with
Yeah.
that second. But yeah, absolutely.
And one thing you were talking about, and this is one thing I just want to do a pop for the sandbox. You were saying you're stuck by yourself.
Mhm.
The reason I'm doing the sandbox is also to help the writer get out of his head.
'Kay.
And so he's not alone in his room. And if you think that it works, you're struggling with a piece, you give me 10 pages. I get actors that are in the crowd to read it real quick. It's spontaneous. And boy, it can be a jumping pad for the writer to see his stuff come out and get out of his head.
How long have you been doing that?
Cool.
We're 7 months in now.
Okay.
We've done 7.
I love it.
Thank
Like
you.
I'm addicted to, like, I think my favorite moment right now as a writer is when I finish a script,
Mhm.
I'll have a reading and I'll call people up. Hey, come sit on my
Favorite
pergola.
moment as an
Let me
actor.
hear it. I need to hear it out loud because I'm so close to it. I can't see it.
Yeah.
And to hear it out loud that first time,
Yeah, dude.
there's nothing like it.
Yep.
It's,
So I'm
it's-
doing that in front of a
that's
crowd.
that's fantastic. I love that, man.
Which
it's
is
very cool.
dude. It's the lean-ins.
Yeah.
Are so cool and satisfying.
Yeah.
And now I have a singer-songwriter in the middle, which is really fun
Oh.
because music is such an important part of it for me.
So it's a whole thing.
It's starting. We're moving into it. We're into a theater now, so we're not in the lobby.
And you're here in Tulsa.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah, Circle Cinema, dog.
And I mean, people show up to this. Just
Yeah,
kind of
come
come
and
hang
hang.
out and watch.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, send me 10 pages because I'd love to have your stuff read because we have a really good
That'd be
circle
cool,
of actors
man.
that are
Yeah.
throwing down. But regardless, come check it, dude.
Yeah. I love it.
It's
That's magic. That's
shit.
magic. Yeah. Right on, man.
It truly is. It truly is. So that's something that is incredibly satisfying. And I can't find. I feel like I'm at that point for a week. I can't buy an audition. So you worry about stuff.
Mhm.
And I have all these actors who are like, dude, I got this thing because of the thing. They saw me read, and it's like, yeah, great, fucking awesome.
Throw some back to daddy. Yeah.
But that's why,
No,
dude,
yeah.
to see that launching pad is so fucking thrilling.
Man, that's really cool.
That's
Thank
cool.
you.
That's
Yeah,
really cool. I
yeah.
like that.
So that's what come
Yeah.
and join it.
Can I ride with you back?
Yeah, always.
These guys are so cute. We're gonna have. We probably need to wrap it up because it's gonna get awkward with these two at the table, the three of us.
Yeah.
I want to thank you two for coming here and joining me. I want to have you back after another project or more things or more trailblazing things to happen.
Anytime, brother. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's
Yeah.
been an honor, and I've been watching your career since I landed here, and continued success to both of you guys.
Thank you.
I wanted to say to you that we are sponsored by the Bowman Twin Theater, which is the newest event space in Tulsa. Yeah, they're amazing folks. You've seen their ad. They were out on the Cherry Picker, and they are just delightful folks. I wanted to tell you to listen to us on Spotify, on iTunes, watch us on YouTube. We're gonna having some really fun special stuff that we're gonna throw up on Substack. We got anything else you want to say? Apple Podcasts. Huff, can you take me out with some harmonica for these ladies and gentlemen today? Thanks for listening, y'all. We'll be back next week. And wait, we're holding up. We're holding it. I'm gonna riff. We're gonna do it. Oh. See you next week, y'all.